Church Membership Part 2, discussing the Lutheran Church. Our church, WOLD, Word of Life Deaf Lutheran Church, belongs to the ELCA, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. The ELCA has around 4.8 million members. You can read and learn more about the ELCA by going to www.elca.org. What does the Lutheran Church believe? The Lutheran Church tends to emphasize strongly three things. 1, grace alone. 2, faith alone. 3, word alone. I'll explain those three briefly. Grace alone means that we believe that our salvation happens only through God's grace. Not through any of our works or efforts, not through any of our struggles, not through anything that we do. Only God's grace saves us. Faith alone means that we believe our trust in God's promise is enough to save us. 3, word alone means the Bible. We believe that the Bible is our highest authority for faith and life. Grace alone, faith alone, word alone are strongly emphasized in the Lutheran Church. Also, the Lutheran Church strongly emphasizes sacraments. The Lutheran Church has 2 sacraments, baptism and Holy Communion. That's how God's grace comes to us personally, is through the sacraments. God's promise and word come to us in ways that we can see, touch, and feel. The promise becomes connected to the sacrament. So they're strongly emphasized in the Lutheran Church. Now, the church structure. The Lutheran Church is organized in 3 levels called expressions. The first expression of the church is more on a national level. The ELCA is more the main denomination of our church. The main office is in Chicago, where the main bishop is. The main bishop for the ELCA travels around the country and is responsible for overseeing all the churches in the ELCA. The next level down, the next expression of the church is the synod. The synod is more of a smaller regional area. Our synod here in south central Pennsylvania has its main office in Harrisburg. The bishop for the synod oversees around 300 or less congregations. The third expression, the third level of the church is the individual congregation. Our church, Word of Life, is one example of a church congregation. Our church is under the synod and under the ELCA. When you join Word of Life, you become affiliated, you become a member of the synod and become connected with all the churches in the ELCA because of our 3 expressions of the church. So that's what you become a part of, a member of, when you join Word of Life. You have many brothers and sisters in Christ throughout the ELCA. The ELCA has has 65 synods. The main bishop is called the presiding bishop in the ELCA. That office is in Chicago. The next level down again, the bishop for the region is the synod bishop, and then the lowest level is the individual congregations. So all those 3 things are what you become part of when you join Word of Life. So that's the end of part 2, explaining about the Lutheran Church.